Guys, welcome to another episode of Dexter's Diary. Happy holidays, happy belated Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. All this stuff. Excuse me. I'm only saying it once, so I'm just getting it out the way. So today I want to talk about loneliness. And it's something that I feel is so prevalent during this time of year, but it's also something we don't discuss as much. I watched a video on Facebook and it was talking about loneliness and different people's humans of New York. And I was really kind of shocked. Like, you don't think about it that much because, I mean, if you're fortunate enough to have friends and family, it's not something that is really in the forefront of your mind, but it is something that people struggle with especially around this time of year. It's really prevalent. And so one guy on the video had his friends were three ghosts. Another lady was a parrot, and the other guy didn't have any friends, wanted to commit suicide, but he was too afraid to commit suicide and too afraid to walk up to someone and say, hey, like, I want to get to know them and, hopefully become friends. And so he was just living like this really lonely existence. And I think it's something that we really do take for granted. We don't think about amidst all the festivities that go on this time of year. People are just like shopping and buying gifts for their loved ones, and it's a beautiful thing. It's an amazing thing, but we really do need human contact. There's a lot of people out here who they really just don't have anybody. They don't have any friends. They don't have any family, and they're struggling. Or you might be their only friend, or you might be their only family. And because you're caught up in your own thing, it's really challenging to try to be there for everyone. But I just wanted to, this is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to just say, like, if you know that you have someone in your circle, in your unit, that is struggling with being alone, or they don't have anyone and they may not be able to voice it, or if you're that person, say something. But on the flip side, if you are the other person and you have someone in your life that doesn't really have anyone, just try to be cognizant of that and really reach out. I feel like with everything going on in the world and with social media being such a strong force in our lives, like, we get up and the first thing we do is check our notifications and what's going on Instagram, what's going on Snapchat, who did all this stuff. Like, it's so easy to lose sight of the things that are really important. And it's the people in our lives who don't have anyone, there's a real disconnect that is going on. And I feel like social media is a big part of it. It's so easy to just, a like on Instagram, a comment on Facebook, and leave it at that and think that that's sufficient. And it really isn't. Like, skin to skin contact, holding someone's hand, giving someone a hug can really change the course of someone's life. I remember my old job, I was working, and a client came in, and of all the people there, he came to me, and I'm dealing with his prescription, dealing with stuff, and we get to talking, and he's telling me stuff about his life, and it was some heavy stuff. But towards the end of the conversation, he's like, I know this sounds strange, but can I get a hug? And not in a sexual way. I didn't feel like he was trying to hit on me or anything like that. I just, in that moment, I feel like he genuinely just needed a hug. And I was like, yeah, sure, come on, babe, come, bring it in. Like, come get this hug. And it was a genuine moment. Like we really like hugged and embraced, and I could feel him like relaxing in the embrace, and he got a bit emotional at the end of the hug, and I got a little bit emotional, and I was just like, look, I did not come to work to cry today. Like, this is not, like, stop. Like, snatch it back. Let's get it together. But it was something that I felt needed to happen, you know, and he left that day feeling like if nobody else cared about him, I cared about him in that moment and genuinely cared about him. I don't, when I'm dealing with my clients, and even if they're new, I take it to heart. I genuinely want to know that my clients are okay, they're doing well, what's going on with their medications, things like that, whatever. I'm no longer in that field, but you get the gist of it. But on the flip side of that, it shifted something in me too, because I'm one of those people who I'm always like, I'm the strong one. I got it. I'm good. Not that I don't need anyone. I'm just used to being the strong one. And so, to have a grown man come to me and say he wanted a hug, there was a vulnerability there. There was a beauty in that moment. And to have denied him that hug for whatever preconceived notions I would have had in my mind, I would have denied something in myself too. Because unbeknownst to me, you know, like I said, it changed something, and let me know that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to ask for the things that we need in that moment of need, in that time and space. And so there are days when I'm not feeling so saucy, so extra, and I'll text someone, a friend or significant other, whatever is going on at that moment, and I'll be like, look, I need a hug today. Like, could you come over and give me a hug? And genuinely, that's what I'm looking for. There's an intimacy in that. There's a genuineness in that, and it's something that's really undervalued, but it has such a huge impact. Just that heart to heart, that soul to soul, that to know that you're not alone in a certain time and space in your life is such a huge thing. And so I say all this to say, like, with everything going on, check in on your friends, check in on your family, check in on the people that you know can possibly be going through something. And if you're that person going through something, don't be afraid to vocalize how you feel. Don't go to Instagram and post some dumbass meme that doesn't mean anything. Pick up the phone, hit someone up. Like, look, I need to hang out. I need a shoulder to lean on. I need an ear for the night. Like, be cognizant of your own needs and be unafraid in voicing that. And again, if you're the other person and you know someone's going through it, be cognizant of that. And in the spirit of giving, nothing beats a real person. Nothing beats that genuineness. Like, do something different. Can we change the narrative of falling back? Can we change the narrative of not needing anyone? Because it's untrue. It's really, really fucking untrue, and it's a hindrance at its core. Like, it really, really fucks people up. Like, we're not built to be alone. And no matter what happens, I know there's trauma, I know there's collateral damage, I know there's things that occur in our lives that make us feel like we can't trust anyone, but there are really, truly, genuine people out there who will not hurt you, who are not out to get you. And it's important to really push that dynamic, that narrative. Like, it's real. There are people who will care about you with no strings attached, who just want to be there. and we don't allow them to. And there are other people who are reaching out, and because we, oh, they're needy, or they're this, or whatever you want to label them. But you can really change someone's life. A hug can change someone's life. A hug can change someone's day in that moment. So if it can change someone's day in that moment, imagine what a series of hugs, what a series of phone calls can do. Like, if you're giving gifts, give the gift of self. And it's something that I practice. I really try to practice as much as I can every day, even with people I don't know. Like, giving is circulatory. When you give on a genuine level, you receive on a genuine level. And it's not always something that's tangible. You know, we look for things that we can touch, that we can feel with our hands. But touching and feeling with our hearts is so much more important, so much more. I know it sounds corny and such, but like sometimes it's just that. It's not really corny. It's just reality. Like, we need other people. Loneliness is real. Being by yourself and feeling like you don't have anyone is real. Like, you can fall into the depths of despair from one moment to the next. Just walking by and seeing someone with their family, or seeing someone with a significant other, and you don't have that and don't know how to obtain it, don't know how to get it, can really fuck somebody's head up. So, in the spirit of giving, give yourself, give your physical, give something more important than a sweater or some Jordans, or give something that's really needed. Give yourself, because people are really out here struggling, and it's not getting any better. It really isn't. And I feel like it's time to change that. Like, the shift is occurring. There is a genuine shift occurring, and it always starts with the people. So be part of that. Be part of that movement of giving of yourself, and genuinely, because what you get back from it is so amazing. It's so, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know how to explain it. So go out and hug someone, call someone, love someone, do something. Till next time. Bye, babies.